Do 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 do. I made you raw, real, and uncut. All right, let me mute my television behind me. I was watching the old episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. And I'm going to tag a few people really quickly so we can just talk about this. I would love to have anyone who wants to come on and give their 2 cents. I would love to invite you in. So where to begin? Hey, everybody. Hey, Bridget, Jeffrey, Sasa, Sean. Y'all coming in here quick. I ain't even tagged nobody yet. I got to get my girl EJ to come in here. Let me get her in here real quick. And we're just going to have a quick chat. I posted something a while back just saying that, you know, who's against interracial dating so I can know who to block. That's what I put up there. I sure did. I just put it straight out there for anyone who wanted to... who's just against it and would have anything negative to say, because I don't want any of that negativity on my page or whatever. So just a quick little breakdown of my dating history and maybe dating present, maybe. Anyway, but my dating history, I dated pretty much every race of person, I think. I've dated black guys. I've dated white guys. I'm trying to think, have I dated any Hispanics? I think I've dated Hispanics. I've dated biracial guys. I think the only area that I hadn't ventured off into was Asian. I don't think I've ever dated an Asian guy. I don't know, I might have gotten close when I was in Korea, and no, it wasn't like a local guy, but just like somebody that was, you know, Korean. But yeah, that's it. And for me, and this is just to give you a little back history, my first crush on a boy was on a white boy. And I remember him so vividly in his little sweater vest. I was like in kindergarten. I remember, is EJ here? Hey, Derek. Hey, everybody who's on. Y'all popping in and out so quick, I can barely say hey to y'all before y'all go, but hopefully some of y'all stick around. So yeah, my first crush was on a white boy, and I remember him, like, I remember his sweater vest and everything. I was like, it had to be kindergarten because I remembered the picture, and this is crazy that I just now thought of this. I think his name was Chris. That is so funny. I think his name was Chris, but he had blonde hair and blue eyes. He was just the typical, like, not typical, but the stereotypical white guy. Blue eyes, blonde hair. And I just remember him so vividly. Hey, Cache Richardson. Wait, yeah, okay, so I dated a Dominican dude too. His name was Spencer, right? No, his name... Derek is so silly. His name, I think his name was Chris, or maybe Brian. I don't know, but I just remember him so vividly. We still have like the kindergarten picture, and I had on my little thing, and he's in the picture, and I can like point him out and everything. So that was like my first experience, like even recognizing, I guess, the opposite sex. And of course, I was just at a young age, and I just thought he was cute. I don't know. It was kindergarten. I guess you just think people are cute, and so you're like, oh, I like him. So yeah, whatever. Hey, Jimmy. So yeah, so that was my first like time I even remember like having a crush on a boy. And of course, like I said, I've dated black guys. And I think that people tend to, Derek said I'm blushing 45 years later. First of all, Negro, it's 36 years, okay? But yeah, that was just my first experience of even liking another boy, whether or not he was black or white. So growing up, my father was in the Air Force, and so we were in a mixed group of people. Most of the time, they were Asian, they were Hispanic, there was Caucasian, there's African American. So it was just all around. And so like I said, I dated all races. Hey, Joseph. Hey Zeta. That's my mommy. And so I never really had any, I don't want to say bias, but I guess I didn't have a preference. If I liked you and I thought you were cute, I would date you. Now, I'm about to call my mom out. My mom has said this phrase to me in the past. It was a long time ago. She said, if they can't use your comb, don't bring them home. And what that meant was I wasn't supposed to be dating outside my race. But I mean, I guess she didn't know. I guess mom didn't even really know that I had dated like non-black guys. But she said that a long time ago. And she has since then grown and does not care. She just wants me to date hopefully a nice Christian man and fall in love and give her some babies like that. I think that's what she would like, but we'll see what happens. Derek says, have you ever dated broke? Broke is another race altogether. Derek is going to have a lot of jokes. For anyone who doesn't know Derek, he's going to have a lot of jokes in here. Have I ever dated broke though? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. But anywho, so like I said, that was one thing. And like I said, it was never like, oh, he's got to have this dark chocolate skin. It was never, he's got to have this light skin. It was never any of those things. One thing did stay. I stayed liking guys with pretty eyes. I don't know what it is about them pretty eyes. Maybe it was Chris with the blue eyes back in the day. I don't know. But I stayed loving like pretty eyes. Like if they're gray or blue or hazel. Like that was just my thing. You don't look like you date broke either. I wouldn't choose that. Like, my question is, why are we broke? Like, is this like, do we need to get our mind right? Like, did we have an incident? Like, did something dramatic happen in our life? Or we just broke and we just cool with that? Like, we can't. But anywho, and here comes Joseph looking with he got the gray eyes. Okay, let's see. Derek says, why are all interracial? Okay, first of all, we're not going to say all of anything because that's never the case. It's not all anything. My mom said, she said it was a long time ago. I don't care about race. I trust God. We're not going to say all, Derek, and I'm going to start ignoring you if you keep saying all these all statements. But anywho, so last week I put up this thing. I said, I want to know who all is against interracial dating. Matter of fact, is Love here? Let me invite Love. Somebody tag Love and say, hey, Love, come watch this. But I made a post and I said, anyone who's against interracial relationships, let me know so I can block you now. That's what I said. I said it. I didn't make no qualms about it just because, I mean, my shirt doesn't say that. See, be quiet, Derek. But just because I'm not about hatred at all. I'm not about hatred whether you are black or white or Asian or Hispanic or whatever. I'm not about hatred whether you are heterosexual, homosexual, transsexual, whatever's pansexual, whatever. Like, I just don't have time to be hating. Like, if that's what you choose, that's your business. Hey, Erica. And that's your choice. Like, God gave us a free will, so we can choose whatever we want to choose. And regardless of what you choose, I'm going to choose love at the end of the day. So that's kind of where this whole post came from. I put that up and I really wanted to know what people thought, what their experiences were. Have you dated interracially? Do you care? Do you prefer to only date black? Do you prefer to only date white? Do you prefer to only date Hispanic? Like, what is it? Like, so whoever wants to come on, whoever is bold enough to share your wonderful or not so wonderful experiences dating interracially, let me know and I will, matter of fact, just request to be on camera and I will bring you on. So I will wait a couple seconds to see if anybody wants to come on. Hello, Gail. The numbers are like going up and down because people are like popping in. I think they just pop in to see, you know, if I got me a little white boo over here with my arm around them, and then they don't see it, so they just pop right out. Nope, Joseph, you don't want to come on? Hey, Latasha. Yes, okay. Yeah, but see, I don't have a boo right here. This is just kind of like a forewarning. And it's so funny that people like, I guess people think that I don't. Well, I don't know. Do people assume that I would or would not date interracially? And who are these people? And why didn't you tell me you thought that? Because I date every shade of sexy. Because I'm here for it, okay? Whether it's dark chocolate, white chocolate, dulce de leche, flan, whatever, okay? I like my desserts, okay? She said, not the white boo. Okay, you said no, you wouldn't want to come on, Joseph. Why not? This is not MCM. Like, my friends are a little bit more tame, I think. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I made this public. I think it's just me and my friends. And also, you know, since no one's, this little edge is bothering me, so I'm just going to brush this edge there. Oh, there we go. It's straight now. Um, also, it seems you can walk next door. Don't be telling people where I live, Joseph. Shh. Okay. Um, what was I about to say? It's. I feel like it was the general consensus by most. I need to see what I look like. What? Is it what I look, girl? Come on if you want to come on, Latasha. The general consensus that a lot of people get, especially from what I've experienced just talking to people, is a lot of people in the African American community, you'll find that that the men are more likely to date outside of their race than the women are. And recently the numbers have increased of African American women that are dating outside their race. I'm gonna have to teach them what an age is. And you know what? And that's fine. And whatever it is. But that's not, this is just like the edge of my hair, not like the baby hairs and stuff. But we'll talk about that when we need to. See, it's like hanging down again. This little piece right here is bothering me, y'all. I should have put a little gel on it before. Anywho. But yeah, it seems like the general consensus is that a lot of black men will date outside of their race, obviously. And a lot of black women usually don't. But that has recently changed. And interracial dating, where it's black woman, non-black man, has increased. And some people are like, oh, well, that's because they're tired of this and da-da-da-da-da. And I personally feel like if you want to love somebody regardless of their ethnic background, I say go for it. But don't do it as a way to separate yourself from your own race and your own issues that you have to deal with. I'm still gorgeous no matter what. Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for that. And that's, like I said, that's where I came from. I came from I just dated a person because that's who I liked. It wasn't because these black men, they ain't acting right, blah, blah, blah. Like, first of all, stop. Because it's definitely not an all black man thing, all Hispanic thing, all white man. You just can't even say that. If you say that, you're just ignorant, obviously. Because there's cheaters in every race. There's broke men in every race. There's stupid men. There's abusers in every race. Just like there are great men in every race. So if you're doing that, if you feel like you have to do that to get away from your own race, I think you need to do some soul searching and find out what in you is attracting that type of man. If that's who you continue to Latasha is going to come on. If that's who you tend to attract. So I'm all for it, just a way of expanding love, but not as a way of escaping your own race and your own racial issues. Okay. Derek says, what if it's a fetish though? Okay, so if it is a fetish, usually those people kind of reveal themselves automatically. And certain things that they say, and they're obsessed with the exterior. Oh, your skin is so great. Oh, your hair is this. And it's not like, oh, your hair looks nice. It's just like, oh, I just want to touch it. And it's always sexualized. And anyone can fetishize you. A black man could fetishize me. Be like, oh, I've never been with a woman with natural hair. And they could be trying to fetishize me. And it's, like I said, it's a sexual thing. I think that's a clear indicator that the person is trying to fetishize you. But moving on. Oh, thank you, Derek. I have put my little lash stuff on today. I think it's by Unique. I don't know if that helps at all. But let me get Miss Latasha on here so she can share her experience. Hopefully I didn't wait too long.
Oh, Lord, look, I was trying to put my glass because I got my lash on it.
Hi, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, honey, I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Am I glowing? Do I like I'm in love?
You are, honey, because I know I am. I'm looking a hot mess and still in love. How about that?
Well,
it is what it is, right?
Right. So share whatever you want to share pertaining to interracial love relationships, whether you're for it, against it, whatever. Go ahead and share.
Well, I will tell you, for a very, very long time, I was into light to white. That was my calling. And Channing Tatum, girl, honey, you couldn't tell me nothing about that man. I don't care who he married. I don't care who he dated. I just knew Channing Tatum was the man for me. And yes, and he's white, but he could be a light-skinned brother at times if you watch Magic Mike 1 or 2 or 3, whichever is coming out next. So, yes, that's it. But, I have learned over the years being that external, being that shallow of saying they have to be a certain color or they have to do a certain, it when you and then it's funny because I'm dating a Hispanic man who is very dark,
Mm-hmm.
extreme. Not used to that. That is not what I thought I would ever be with. But you know what? Treats me like I am the queen on the throne. Have gained good of 20 pounds, honey. You see that? Look, if you see some of these pictures, yeah, not
Ooh,
me.
that's that happy
Not
weight.
honey. Hey, happy way, cooking, clean. I'm looking like, when, what? Who would have ever known? But you know what? Sometimes you have to fall down before you get up.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, no. So at the end of the day, you may think that's what you want. Pray about it. Sit down on it. Stop dealing with what you think you want. Stop dealing with what you think is a fetish, and really just sit there and be like, you know what? Let me just let somebody love me,
Mm.
and let me love somebody the way I want to be, and the way if I give it, I receive it. And honey, mm,
The look on your face said it all.
if I'm pregnant, look, I'm taking that, and I'm pregnant in the next 2 weeks, honey. You know why?
All right, let's have your little El Nino.
And El Nino, El Espanol, un poquito, all that good.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, no, I'm with you. I've dated, an array, but what you think you want, and then you get it. When you finally get it, you go through the mess of what you think you want, and you finally get it, girl. Stop it.
Mm. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing.
Love
Thank
you,
you so much
boo.
for
I'm
coming
glad.
on. Say that again.
I said this is a great topic, awesome topic.
Thank you.
I'll be
All
right.
right. Well, I will let you get back to it. Thank you for coming on, and I'll see if anybody else wants to come on and give their 2 cents. But thank you for coming on, Latasha.
No, thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye. Let's see if I can end this correctly. Oh, okay, I think I did it right that time. Hey, Andre. Hey, Robert. So that we said Liam. Liam? Who is Liam? Hemsworth? The both of those Hemsworth brothers are fine, okay? They not brothers, but they're brothers. They like real, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yes, Derek. Latasha said she done found the one. She has found the one, okay? um, are there any brothers on here that have like dated interracially and had great experience or not great experience, whatever your experience was, and just wants to share that? I would love to hear from you. Anyone? Any guys want to come on? Any ladies want to come on and give their experience? Okay. Well, while I'm waiting on anyone else who wants to volunteer, while I'm waiting on anyone else to volunteer, um, I'm going to talk about this movie. Okay, it's so funny that I was just watching Napoli Ever After just the other day. So I'm watching Napoli Ever After. If you don't know, it's starring Sanaa Lathan. Also, my friend George Lapp played the DJ at the club. I don't know if y'all caught him with with the hair and everything, but he was in there too. Um, but yeah, Sanaa Lathan plays, this African American woman. She's got pretty hair, but she always keeps it straight. She dealt with a lot of views of perfection. Okay, I won't spoil it. She basically she dealt with a lot of views of perfection on how she should wear her hair, and that's all I'm gonna say about it because I don't want to spoil the movie. But what made me think of her was the fact that she was in this other movie that I really like, and I used to watch it all the time. And it was actually called Something New. If you haven't ever seen it, it's about a black woman who dates a white man, and it's just more up to date. I don't know any better way of putting it. It's more of an up to date type of movie because I think whenever people think of movies that deal with the issues of interracial dating, they usually think of, let's say it together with Wesley Snipes, Jungle Fever. Yes, that's, excuse me, which is so racist. Oh, and he just said, "Have I seen something new?" That's why I brought it up, Derek. Hello. Wait. What the? Mama, you kissed the Indian. Where you kiss the Indian? Anywho, anywho, okay, so back to what I was saying, something new. So she meets this white guy or whatever. She'd never even considered dating a white guy, and he basically flipped her whole world upside down. Was painting her toenails and everything. Honey, if he started painting my toenail, okay, sorry, that's a whole nother situation. But but yeah, it was a movie, and she actually had the guy that was what she thought was her IBM, her ideal black man, and she just wasn't happy with him. Not to say that you couldn't be, but she realized through the relationship with the other guy that she realized more of who she was and what she really wanted, and she was living life, and she was enjoying all of the moments, and it wasn't so much about a checklist like, oh, he has to be 6'2", he has to have make six figures, he has to have whatever. Like, it was, to me, it stressed that. What, man? Wait, a man painting your toenails is sexy? Well, we can talk about that later, Derek. But anywho, but yeah, in the movie, like, it was just really, it was really good. And I like the fact that she was like, this is the guy, I love him. And, of course, they had the happy ending. Typical, chick flick movies. They typically have the happy ending, where she ends up with the guy or whatever. And I don't know, I was thinking about that movie, how it was really up to date, and it really flipped the script, because there are so many black women who prefer to date black men, and they're not necessarily meeting that person. And my whole thing is just open your horizon. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to come in a brown shade. It could be a vanilla. It could be dulce de leche. Who knows? And so I don't want people to not be able to be in love and have the relationship they desire just because they're waiting on it to fit in this perfect box. Yeah, that part. Whether that box is a black box, or it's a white box, or it's a caramel box, or it's a swirly box, or whatever. So does anyone else have any experiences dating interracially that they would like to share? The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want to share. I would definitely like to hear from you, and I'd love to bring you on camera if you are open to that. Yes, it was. Did you see the movie, Derek? Did you see the movie, Derek? You're asking me if I saw it. Simon Baker and Sanaa Lathan. That's like one of my favorite movies to watch. I don't know why. Oh, it also had was it Donald Faison? Is that his name? Donald Faison was in it. Wait, was that his name? He was on House. I can't think of that man's name. I used to have the biggest crush on him too. He's dating interracially, I think. Is he? I think he married a white woman, but I don't know. And I haven't always been this evolved. Let me just share that. I used to be like, I don't mind if sisters date brothers, but when I see my successful brothers with a non-black female, I used to not like it. I used to be like, not like I'm going to get an attitude and try and fight him or anything stupid and ghetto like that, but just be like, I wanted first round draft pick. Like, that's really how I felt. That's the literal words I would use. Like, I think I should get my pick of the black men first, and then Becky can have the other. Like, I used to really legit feel like that. And that was probably like, that's been a while ago now. 10 years ago, maybe. It's been a long time. Hey, Shasta. Derek says, if your family as a whole strongly disapproved, would you reconsider? I would, if they had valid reasons for disapproving. And I think that's where you have to, as April says, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. If they have a legit reason, like he's crazy or he beats me or something, something like that, like, yeah, that's a good reason to object. But if it's nothing other than just, the color of his skin, then I would have to be like, sorry, that's not good enough. Now you're going to either get with this and love these little swirly grandbabies that I'm going to have, or love you from a distance. Bye. Hopefully it won't be like that, though. Used to snap your neck. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I still do sometimes whenever I feel like, it comes out. It's the Detroit part. Detroit also is harder. But yeah, so I think it's just come to a place in your life where you grow and you evolve as a human being, and you mature and you have different experiences, and you try to see things from other people's point of view and not just from your small little world. If you called me the N-word in the throes of passion, cool or nah? Nah. Because I would never want to hear that come out of his mouth. And I hope the day never comes where that comes out of his mouth. Because this is not okay. even like, I don't even, and this is like crazy to some people, but I don't like when people use any type of racial epithets at all, whether it's black, white, whatever. Now, I'm not going to say I don't slip up and say the N word sometimes. It happens. Sometimes it happens a little more frequently than I like to. But what doesn't happen, it doesn't happen in mixed company. And yeah, I'm still working on that part. So